Hi, I'm Liam Hodge, and this is my road noise test show measurements and assessment of road traffic noise at one site represented at different times throughout the day. The road I took my measurements at was on B384 Selly Oak. This is relatively one of the busier roads in the area. I took my measurements here because I felt like it would give some good results towards the test. I also have to take into consideration the traffic lights nearby, the freshly tarmacked road, which was done in January, and also slightly windy conditions. My method of carrying out the test was the Bosch IMVH noise meter. This was done on iPhone X, and full measurements were taken at 10 minutes at a time throughout the day, with about few hours apart. This graph of all my findings showing all the results I've taken from the Bosch noise meter. Equivalent EQ differs for each test, starting on test 1, which is the busiest time of the day, though has the second loudest dB at 60.6. Test 2 has the quietest equivalent dB at 56, which is 12 o'clock midday, even though test 4 has a less amount of vehicles, it has a higher dB. This could be due to the heavy goods vehicles amount being higher. Test 3 has the most noticeable difference with the highest equivalent dB, with also the highest dB max at 90.6. This was due to a motorbike with a loud exhaust which caused the dB to reach this high. This is also most likely why test 1 has the second highest results value. This is my self-built CRTN calculator done in MATLAB App Designer. This calculation-based method, rather than a sound meter, this goes through how many cars and HGV vehicles there are, heavy goods vehicles. Also, to take into consideration of time observed, angle face to road, gradient of the road, and the distance from the curb. When comparing the results from both sets of tests, you can see why there are noticeable differences, as the average dB calculated is a difference of 10.18. Bosch Test 3 is the closest to the CRTN calculator version, most likely due to the bike exhaust being recorded. There are multiple reasons why there is a big difference between the test. The Bosch test could be quieter due to the road being recently tarmacked, making the impact of the car tyres more absorbed into the road rather than hard concrete. Um, Also, there is a factor to take into account, which would be the traffic slowing down even more when approaching the traffic lights, resulting in a quieter dB. This is because the speed entered on the CRTN calculator is the speed limit of the road, thus gives out a louder dB result.